All righty. Do we now have a recording going?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, good. Because it just did something weird for me. Anyway, that's life. Okay, so we missed you yesterday, but congratulations on your group and getting going, and you have members in your group. That's all awesome.
Yeah.
And
this in your recording, it keeps going from recording with a red button to flashing over to a red and green.
It's fine. It's recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it's telling me it's recording.
Okay.
We're good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've got a couple of people jumped on already, and so that's really good.
That's great. And have you managed to change your photo here?
Have I? No.
Okay. Would you like to do that, or do you want to do more about the setup, which we can do in settings?
Well, so for the loading the photo, I just go back into my albums and pick a picture and then choose it.
You can do that. I mean, you may want to say something specific, and if you go through that video yesterday, I did take Toby into Canva and show her a little bit about how you can put pictures and messages together and get the exact right dimensions.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm sorry?
I say I did watch a little bit of that.
Okay. I don't know if it's step by step enough. I mean, if you try it and you have problems, we can do it again. Yeah. How's that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what we're doing now, personally.
Okay, so we'll do some more of these settings because you were asking how come sometimes people ask questions and sometimes you have to jump through some hoops to get into groups, and other times you can just kind of ask to join. And of course, some people have public groups and you don't even have to ask to join, you just jump in. Okay, so we decided that we would make our groups
not public,
visible, but private, so that people could see it, but they can't just jump in.
What do you mean people can see it? People, anything that's posted on Facebook?
No, you can see that there's a group. Like, for example, if you're looking for something to do with your roots, right? Is there a group that talks about, getting back to my roots? Your group could show up for that purpose.
Okay.
Okay. But it says you have to, and what we did talk about was putting in a description so that people would know what the group was about.
Which I've done.
Okay. And so that they would have that. That's what they can see. Okay. As far as things that are posted in the group, they can't see that.
Okay. So how do you make it so that people who want to come in basically have to be vetted?
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go back to that same button and we're going to go edit.
Which same button?
Right here under more.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And it says edit the group settings.
Okay, just a minute. I gotta do this. Let's go.
But you can do it from the recording or whatever.
Okay, so it goes to more and then edit. Okay.
And then you edit settings, right?
Right.
Okay, so you can now do a lot of different things here. I set the group name as Marketing Tips, but then I changed it where it's the official name, which is down below, to Marketing Tips for Seniors. So I can just leave that. It doesn't matter. The only person who sees that really is me because it's in my settings, right?
Okay.
And we talked about location and we talked about whether or not it was a good idea. Probably, certainly for you, I would say it wasn't a good idea. And because you actually have roots in different countries and you may want to have some of those people come in.
Absolutely.
Now, tags, we tried to look for tags, but tags, Facebook screws up on tags because they don't let you put in a general tag. They try and hook it up to something that exists, particularly like a page. And since you probably don't have a page, it's not going to work well. And so we won't worry about that.
And what was the color? What do we choose the color for?
I don't, Toby said that it's different on mobile, and I haven't actually checked. So I don't know whether it helps or makes a difference on mobile. But I chose a color anyway. I mean, why not have a color chosen that you like? Now, this is where the web address is where you could change the name if it didn't suit you anymore. And Facebook really doesn't monitor groups that much. You can have your name changed to whatever you want pretty much. And then of course we talked about privacy, and we agreed that we would set up a private group.
Right.
And then we talked about we'd have it visible so that people can find the group. I mean, if you don't have it visible, it's really a pain in the ass, because then you have to, anybody that wants to join, you have to make sure you've got them as friends, and then you have to invite them in. It's just a real pain. And people do that for paid groups where they don't necessarily want anybody else to even know that they've got the group, and that's fine. You know, if someone's paid, it's worthwhile to go through and find them, but I don't think you want to have a hidden group.
Yeah. So what's the visible? What did you mean by visible?
I just told you. People can see the name of the group,
Oh,
and they can see your about.
but they can see me where? On just a regular Facebook page?
If they are hunting on Facebook, you know, like this is a screen where you can go and search, right? This is a search screen. And if you put up something about, you know, looking for your roots or something, that could bring up your group.
Okay.
As Facebook helps people find groups that are relevant to them.
I understand.
Okay?
Yep.
And so if they do that, and your comments and stuff will show on your personal profile, which could attract people to you and to your group. And I mean, I have no issues with that whatsoever. And I don't think you want to have any issues with it. I mean, it's fine. It's just going, you know, to your personal profile.
Okay.
And it, you know, it's not going to have other people's conversations show up, except in comments that you might have, except in comments to posts you might have made. Now, there's sections in here. You know, first of all, we talked about post topics, and some people want to organize, you know, where, and for you, it might be, you know, father's side, mother's side, in Europe, not in Europe, in Africa, not in Africa, you know, I don't know. I've never actually worried about that, and that's actually kind of new. I might have some kind of organization go up around that. Like I said, it's new, so I just haven't used that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how useful it is, but I might try that. Mentorship, again, not something I've used. Facebook says connecting people looking for support with those who have unique skills. Yeah. Oh, so I don't know. You could maybe sign up for Facebook to become a mentor, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then of course there's all the people who love games, so they could add games if they wanted. Jobs, well, I don't think we'll have that.
Watch parties, what about, no, I'm not interested in that either, I don't think.
Yeah, probably you are.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I have put up here is social learning units, because as I post those different videos that I create, I'm going to set them up in units, and you can see this over here on this side. I haven't done anything yet because I've only got the one, and I'll bring in the second one after our discussion today. But this units will help people find like past lessons. And of course, I'm actually trying to teach people how to use Facebook and how to use groups and how to generally go out and market. So I would like them to be able to have access to this and even set them up as units, so I can use this group as a training group or as a learning group, and I can see how people are doing. Have you done this unit, you know? And so I've got social learning units turned on. And I've turned on a watch party. Now, watch parties allow you to take a video. There'll be a button underneath it that says watch, and then you can invite friends to watch it with you. That's what a watch party is. And so if you did a video or you found a video and put it in the group that you wanted people to watch, and you thought, oh, wouldn't that be fun? You know, we can watch it together and then we can talk about it. You could have a watch party, and you have to turn it on in your group to say, hey, let's watch this together and then we can talk about it. Mm. And then you can pick out some videos that you'd like to do that with. And all you do is, you know, you can create a connection, a collection of them, and watch 3 or 4 videos or not.
That'll be a long ways down the road, so.
Okay. And then membership approvals. Now I'm going to change mine to admins and moderators because I'm not sure I want anyone in the group to be able to admit people. At the moment, I'll keep it me because I'm the only admin here. Yeah. But, you know, I could, you know, if you wanted to start adding people because you'd like to bring people in, like your friend, okay, I mean, you could invite her, you know, let me know and I can approve her, or I can make you an admin and you can do that and you can approve her, okay? So she doesn't have to worry about being friends with me. She can come in the group because she's friends with you. All I need to do is set that up.
Okay, so what do I do then? Because I just Facebooked her and told her that she had to be, you know, friend you or.
Okay, if I want to, well, let me go through here. Let me show you. So here's members, okay?
Yeah.
So I go to members.
Right.
And right now there's you and Toby.
Right.
So I go Roswin. Okay, let Roswin invite her friends in. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to make her a moderator. This is also, if you end up with somebody in your group that's really annoying, you can remove them. Or if you've warned them about doing something and you're really getting tired of telling them the same thing over and over again, you can mute them.
Remove from group, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's over here in the members area.
Oh, okay.
Now I have to send you an invite to make you a moderator. Moderators are like admins, but with limited, yeah, she can manage membership and review posts and comments in the group. Okay, so what that's saying is that you can invite people in, which is what I want you to be able to do. So I'm going to send that to you, and you're going to have to look at your Facebook and remember that bell that I showed you, that notifications bell that's on Facebook. Remember this bell over here?
Yeah.
That's where your notifications will show up. Okay. And you have to accept this invite to be that. Okay. Now I'm just telling you, you don't have to do it instantly. Although if you want to make sure that you remember, you can do it instantly. And all you do is you go to Facebook, you make sure you're in Facebook, and then over at the top, you can see your picture, and over at the top, you can see the bell, which is notifications, and that's where you'll get the invite. Okay. And you should be checking that notifications because that'll tell you what people are saying. And now that you've got a group, people might comment or, you know, want to draw your attention. So if you check that notifications, then you will be able to take care of that all the time. So I did that in members. That's where you have control of the membership in your group and what you want to allow people to do and not do, right?
Okay.
Now I'm going to go back to settings because the next setting that I get to here is the question that you asked about how to set this up. So I'm going back into that button more under the picture and I'm going to edit group settings. And I'm going to go down here. So we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. And oh, I've never, that might be good. Manage badges, which encourages people to, so I can give people a founding member badge for members who help build marketing tips by sharing it, inviting people, or writing posts. Okay, so I'll give you a badge which identifies you as a founding member. That's kind of fun. That's a good thing to do. So everything, most everything except for the dealing with members is here in the settings, which you get the drop down menu under that more button, right?
Okay, so where do I find the heading, the settings? It's about discussion.
I showed you under that more button.
Oh, right. Yep. Good memory, but it's short.
Okay, so we talked about this, watch parties, etc. Membership approval. Okay, so I'm going to go back to only admins and moderators can do it because I've now made you a moderator, assuming you accept. Let's do that. And I can save that. There we go. Now, you can, like, for example, let's say that you found a group on you know, people finding their roots or genealogy or whatever the group name was, and you wanted, you know, you were making friends in that group and you wanted to be able to invite them to your group and have them pre-approved. You could have that set here, okay, where you would then take the name of that group and say, anybody who comes from this group, so anybody who comes from, you know, you can choose the groups that you can be pre-approved from. Okay?
Yep.
I don't have any groups that I necessarily want to pre-approve people from, so I'm going to leave it. But you could do that.
Okay.
Now, this is where you can ask questions of people, okay? And this is where you can set up requirements for people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also decide if you want to allow pages to request to join. I don't want any pages in my group, so I'm going to save that as I don't allow pages. Now, ask questions.
Now these are all under settings.
This is all under settings.
Okay.
So there's lots of stuff in here. Now, this is, you know, you can ask any question that you like.
When a person says they want to join.
So add a question. So now I ask the question.
Okay.
And then you have a choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go to check boxes because, you know, then they can just say yes.
Okay.
And then I've added a question and they have a choice. They can answer yes or no.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now you could add more rules, add more questions. It's kind of free flow, right? And it doesn't really matter. You don't have to, you can. Now the group rules, and there's some preset rules, which is what I used the last time. And here's some example rules, which makes this all easier. So, you know, these are kind of basic.
Oh,
So,
right. Yeah.
and you see a lot of this, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, they're pretty standard.
Yeah.
So you can just confirm that rule, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can go back and go create rule. And here's the example rules, no hate speech. Well, that's kind of obvious. And you can just confirm that rule. So you go create another rule. And I've got the first two, no promotions or spammy. I don't want that happening in my group. So I can confirm that one. And then I can do create rule. And
Right.
respect everyone's privacy. I can confirm that. And, you know, I mean, if there's other rules you'd like to add, those are the standard ones that Facebook has. I mean, I've seen some, I haven't ever had a group that was so big that I had any problems with it. I mean, I've always figured these were good enough. You know, you can sort of put everything under one of these. But, you know, if you see other rules that you'd like to copy and follow, then you just create another rule, cut and paste somebody else's rule that you see. You know, if you, oh, that's a good rule, I'd like to add that to my group. So, you know, copy it, paste it under here when you hit create rule.
Right. Okay, good.
Okay, so that's how you do that. Where's my save button? Come on here. I guess I don't have to save. Oh yeah, I confirmed them. Okay, so let's go back here to okay, so over here you're seeing the kind of things member reported. Okay, so what is this? When members report posts and comments, they'll appear here for you to view. You can keep or delete posts as well as mute, remove, or block the member that made the report. See that? This is in settings again.
Okay.
Okay. And all of this, I'll just go back here so it's obvious where I am. So this is all just down here through settings.
Okay.
So now we've kind of gotten through most of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So posting permissions, anyone in the group, I'm actually fine, you know, with people posting. I don't want pages.
What do you mean you don't want pages? You don't want somebody to put their websites in that you can just click on?
No. It says pages. Like, for example, I've got a page that is called Age Defiance, okay? Because I talk about what you can do to turn back the clock. And I could come to a group and instead of asking to join as Mary Sloan, I could say, oh, I'd like to join your group as my page, Age Defiance.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And I don't want people coming in as pages because that's just confusing as hell. I
Mhm.
want people to be people.
Exactly. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Now posting permissions. I don't want anyone in the group can, you know, approve. Post approval, all group posts must be approved. I don't, at the moment, I'm not interested at all in that.
What is
Keyword alerts tell you when members use certain words or phrases in your group.
go back? Posting permissions, anyone in the group. Now, what does, or only,
Admins.
oh, okay. So what does that actually mean? People, anyone in
If,
the group can post. Okay, got it. Post,
yeah, you know, like right now, you can post anything you'd like in my group, right?
right.
Nobody has to prove it. You have full rights to do that. And that's how I want to run my group, is open, post away, right?
Gotcha.
I'll worry about, you know, if it becomes a problem, I'll worry about it. But at the moment, it's not a problem. Now,
Well,
Gavin has a big open public group where a lot of different people are coming in. His is always on approvals, and he has moderators who are set to approve posts so that they get approved pretty quickly. And it's not just dependent on him. But, you know, he's got a big group, and, you know, he doesn't know necessarily where everybody's coming from, et cetera, et cetera. So he wants to be sure that the content that he gets out there is decent content. So
okay.
he has it so that only admins can approve. Okay.
Okay.
And then you would click this box that says post approval. All group posts must be approved by an admin. So there's two here. You would posting permissions, you would take only admins, and then you would click posting approval. Must be approved by an admin.
So that
and you,
if Joe Bloody wants to come on board, then that comes up where he has to be approved by the admin.
I'm sorry, say again.
If Joe Blow decides he wants to join my group, he comes on, but then I will be able to either accept or not accept him. Is that
correct? You will be the one determining who gets into your group.
Okay, so that's the
because at the moment you are the admin.
Okay.
And the only admin.
Right. So
okay.
One underneath the post approval.
So, but this is not about joining. We did joining membership approval. Remember up here, we talked about membership approval. It was further up in the page.
Okay.
This is all about posting. So, you know, it's putting content onto your page. Okay. And I'm going to suggest that you do the same thing I'm doing, which is anybody in the group can post anything they want.
Right. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about posting approval. Just ignore it.
Right. Okay.
And I can't imagine that you're going to have people in there that are swearing and cussing and doing crazy things. So you don't have to worry probably about keyword alerts. And I don't think I have to worry either. So I'm going to save this as it is. And now we've set up all the settings.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Okay, so that's exactly 30 minutes, almost to the spot.
Exactly.
So, you know, we've gone through the admins. It's sort of a nice place to take a break because everything's kind of complete, and it'll be a nice lesson.
So when somebody then now wants to join, it'll go through so that I can approve it or not approve it.
It depends on how you've set up your settings.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to go into your group.
Right.
And you have to set up your settings.
Right. Okay.
And I'll get this video done. You can go through it again. Make sure that you've checked everything the way you would like it, you know, and then you can decide if you want to approve people or you just you're happy with people coming in.
Yeah, so when I go through the settings, if I got something there that I really don't like, I can go back and change it.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Mary, you have a great, wonderful rest of the day. And
Yeah, you too. And you saw that I put the post in Messenger for the training at 11.
oh yeah, no, I'm going on my other one at 11.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
I've gotten to the point where we're into our 4th week, and I just absolutely love that. Dennis Waitley is on today. You know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
Good.
yeah, this week,
Okay, well, you enjoy that.
yeah. Okay, we'll talk to you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll
Take
talk
care.
later. Okay. Talk to
Bye
you.
now.
Bye. Okay, how do you get out of here now?
You
Yeah.
just go to the bottom and end meeting. It's fine.
Leave meeting. Okay. Bye.
Bye.